I think if something is not working for you, what I would say is speak up for yourself. That is very important, because if you, no one else is going to speak up for you, or no one is going to have your back.
Any particular challenge that you faced in your research or you're currently facing in your research, and how did you guys overcome it? Any example that you would share with our audience?
So I think I can say that in my present lab, what's happening is like there is a lack of organization in this lab. It's like, there are so many projects floating around and nobody exactly knows. So there's a lack of direction. And I personally work very well when I'm not saying that I have to know the whole project, but if I have a well defined goal, I design experiments and work well that way. So right now I am facing that challenge. So what I have tried to do is I communicate on a daily basis with my supervisor, and I tell him that I know this is your style of working, but I've made it very clear to him that, see, I cannot function that way, that, you would just hand me random data and just ask me to analyze, because I cannot function like that. So I was very now, I mean, as a postdoc, you have that liberty where you can say that. As a PhD student, sometimes you may not have that liberty, but I think if something is not working for you, what I would say is speak up for yourself. That is very important, because if you, no one else is going to speak up for you, or no one is going to have your back. So speak up for yourself. And I think for me, that was a very big problem here, because I was swaying and I became lazy. I lost interest. I was not working. And then I realized, no, it's not going to work like this. And I need to just take a stand for myself. I think that's very important. Also, if I may add here, like on talking about how to deal with stress and everything, one personal experience I could say is what I used to do is I used to have a small diary. Like, I wouldn't say it's a journal, where, when I would be very stressed, I would just note down in the diary saying what is bothering me. So just penning those things down, it gave me a lot of clarity and helped me to take steps from there as to how I can just target one thing at a time and not think of everything together. There may be so many things which are going on in your life together. It's better. So what I used to do is I used to just write down and just tackle one problem at a time. I think that helped me out as well.
I think that's a good tip. Like, yeah, I think whatever she told, like, I think instead of long-term plans, like if you have short-term plans, like you want to finish this project first, rather than if you are thinking all together, you will be so stressed, like nothing is working. I have to do this, I have to do that. I think short-term plans will help, like managing stress. And I think you have to be a little carefree. Like, do not, like, PhD is not like the end of life or something. If some project is not working or something, it's not the end of life. I think you have to be a little carefree, and because like I myself just remind myself when I'm stressed or something, like in the end you're going to die, so how does it matter? It'll be okay. And I wrote this in my thesis, in my acknowledgement, like mortality is a great teacher for human endeavor, and it keeps me sane and curious. All that matters may not matter in the end. So yeah, that's how I keep myself, like, it's okay. I mean, it's not that serious. So
there's always something else that you can do if this does not work. It's not the end. That's true. That's a very.
I mean, I think my brother, he gave me one advice when I was doing it +2. So I had a very bad percentage in my first year. So he's like, and I was quite stressed. So he's like, I also apply this now, because he's like, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So it's okay. Don't be so serious about that. You cannot do it. It's okay. Then I was like, oh, okay, my brother is saying like this, okay. Then he's like, but if it doesn't happen by you, like if you cannot do that, who will do that? Then you will get the motivation. Now I should do that. But you should be little like cautious, like do not get too involved in that you don't have an outside life or something.
Yeah, I think that is why I feel that it is important to have friends outside of your work, so that you don't keep talking about work all the time. So
and it depends, like some people, like they love the work they're doing. Like for like myself, I enjoy whatever I do in lab. I don't care sometimes it doesn't work. I just go to lab and do. I like that. it doesn't work, but it doesn't bother me. Like I like working in the lab, so that attitude really helped me. Like it's okay if it doesn't work, it's okay, but I am enjoying whatever I'm doing. So that because you cannot just work like that and it will not generate any result. It will eventually, but the thing is, in this period of time, it is not giving anything. But you have to be little carefree.
I never really knew about all this stuff. This is so extensive and so informative. So, if you guys are just like me and want to know about a whole lot of stuff about various career options, about different fields, how to get into them, what to do, and everything about that particular field, then we are at your service. We'll keep bringing you all sorts of people from all around the world with their extensive knowledge, their experience, what they have been through to reach where they are today, and how they succeeded in their particular field, and everything about that thing. All you have to do is just subscribe to us by pressing that subscribe button down below, and also like and comment on our videos. You can also tell us about which field you want to know in our comment section, and we'll definitely get back to you. And you can also press the bell icon somewhere up above so that you will be the first one to know when we upload any video, because we are Expert Tribe, helping you to change your stories, change your life.